Thank you for the introduction, Gap. Can I just ask for 5 minutes to prep myself technically? No? Yes, please. All right. Thank you, Gap, for the introduction. Good morning, everyone. Kena Tumelo, Wagomutlana. Those who know me, they call me Dope as well. I come from Mokopane, in the dusty township, yeah, Mahulering. It's not dusty, it's very dusty. It's very dusty. Koleri tlatsa three in a week. So that should tell you how dusty it is. So yeah, I'm just waiting for Ntate Frank to project my laptop there. I'm gonna be speaking on major turning points. These are my tools for the trade of what I do to get a story to a satisfactory level where I can take it and then pitch it to a financier or someone I want to collaborate with, or just testing the idea out. Before going through this process, I do not verbalize my idea. And I thought I can share that with you so that you may or may not, you can choose. You may or may not take this secrets. It's not secrets; they're out there because AI has taken over. But these tools of trade that I use for me to get myself in the door. Is it fine? Is this me? Oh, this is me. So it's a mirror, ne? Okay. Thank you. Let me just minimize and transfer. Is it left or right? So yeah, I forgot where I was, but I'll continue. Uh, so before, as I said, before I go out and pitch my idea, or get my idea out there, I go through what they call. I take my idea through what they call major turning points, and this really I learned from Mfvf, the film school that I went to. Failed to equip me with the knowledge of what are MTPs. So I have a disclaimer. I'm gonna speak about them okariki rules, but they are not rules. This is art, and it's supposed to be fluid, you know. But in our way of expressing ourselves in a way that we are not caged, there are some guidelines we have to adhere to. And then if you find yourself breaking these guidelines unknowingly, you will flop. So rather know these guidelines and then break them after. So let's know what America, this is from an American point of view, let's know what Americans are doing to structure their films in the way that they are structuring them. And then after that, we can then break the rules, you know, or we can then bend them. So yeah, so I'm here to present major turning points. as Gab said, Kina Tumelo, I'm a filmmaker, born and raised in Mokopane. Studied Kotwan University of Technology. I worked at SABC and other companies. I've done several films that have been selected at film festivals across the country. I'm also an event curator. I'm a juror as well, a facilitator as well. And yeah, I'm just a lover of film and television. So it is my great pleasure to share my process with you. So what are major turning points or MTPs? So I don't know if there's anyone who has went through the Mfvf system or any other funding body system of films. Is that one of the tiers that you have to go through, or one of the requirements that you have to go through when you are developing a story with that funding body, is that they will ask you to submit MTPs, or what we call major turning points. And this is the first thing they're going to ask from you. So major turning points are events that change the direction of the plot, which is the story, and create a new narrative situation. These events can be caused by a decision, an inciting incident, or a piece of information. I mean, every story must have an MTP. Whether you know what MTPs are or whether you don't, any story that you think of has those major turning points that makes it interesting. So these are the universal turning points that are out there that the Hollywood system uses, and some part of South Africa also uses. I've identified 10. I think you can count up until 15, but I think 10 is sufficient for now, especially when you're looking to do something that is between 15 minutes and 1 hour 30. You can use this 10 points. But when you perhaps trying to go to 2 hours, if you are that brave and try to do a 2-hour film, perhaps you will need to investigate your story and see what other major turning points you can add. But for me, I think these ones work best. I'm just going to summarize them quickly. Introduction, inciting incident, call to adventure. I'm going to break them down. Refusal to the call, new world, trials and tribulations, midpoint, innermost cave, climatic action, and resolution. Is there anyone in the room who's familiar with these terms? Sure, Denny. I see you. I see you. Anyone else? All right. No, not a problem. Not a problem at all. Are we most filmmakers? By show of hands, can I see how many filmmakers in the room? Don't be shy. Don't be shy. All right. That's the majority of us. So yeah. I'm happy now to move forward. So after Usno conceptualize your idea of maybe a runaway car. Let's say there's a you've thought of an idea, you call it a runaway car, a car that has maybe bumped someone in CBD, and when you want to tell a story about that guy who ran away from the incident, you have to for you to tell a rich enough story, you have to take that story into this. So basically what you'll do is that you will set up the story. This is also called the introduction, where you introduce our main character and his world, his normal world. So let's say this guy who bumped a pedestrian in Polokwane CBD, he smokes, he plays amapiano, he has tattoo on his eye, you know, he has colored his hair red and orange. That should happen within the first 10% or the first 10 minutes, depending how long is your film. But in terms of ratio, that should be the first 10% of your focus as a filmmaker. Establish easily established to us as the audience who we are dealing with, and reveal character as well. So the opening 10% of your screenplay must draw the reader. Remember, why I say reader, not audience, is because we are still in script level, and whoever's going to consume your material is a reader and not necessarily an audience. It's only an audience when you've shot it, when you've edited it, and it's out there for people to consume. So the opening 10% of your screenplay must draw the reader and the audience into the initial setting of the story, must reveal that everyday life your hero has been living, and must establish identification with your hero by making her sympathetic, threatened, likable, funny, or powerful. And at that point, the story is going from left to right. Our main character is a smoker. He's a casual driver who likes to drive like ish in CBD Polokwane. He smokes Odele Miriri, two colors. He has a tattoo on his eye. And then an inciting incident happened. The inciting incident is when he bumps into a pedestrian. And that's the second major turning point that I pay attention to when I'm applying structure to my idea. Anybody heard of inciting incident in the room? Yeah, I'm happy there's people who are familiar with inciting incident. So the inciting incident of a story is the event that sets the main character or character on the journey that will occupy them through the narrative or whole movie. Typically, this incident will upset the balance within the main character's world. So those who say, but the inciting incident, what is the inciting incident in Lion King? We can say, the Simba and that's Mufasa. What is the inciting incident in the first Lion King? What changes the direction of the story? Yes, it's the death of the father, right? Yeah. So that's the inciting incident. An inciting incident in our story that I've just came up with could be the bumping of the pedestrian. So I also look out for that when I'm applying structure to my concept. What was the normal world for our main character, and then how was it disturbed by this inciting incident, which effectively sets the story in motion. And the following thing after that that follows that I apply to my concept is a call to adventure. The call to adventure, you see the red pill and the blue pill is a call to the main character. Are you ready now to take on this new journey that's ahead of you? The call to adventure to our guy who just bumped a pedestrian in CBD would be when he's back at home. Maybe he's guilt-ridden, doesn't want to call the police, and he knows he has done something bad. Mara, he confides in his friend, and his friend tells him, my friend, you're gonna have to go and go to the police and announce yourself, you killed a person, a pedestrian. So that is the call to adventure. So I always make sure I have a call to adventure in my story. And I've given an example here, red and blue pill, which I'm sure maybe most of you know that call to adventure. It is very famous. It's in the Matrix. When Neo is handed 2 pills by Lawrence Fishburne. I forgot his character in the Matrix. You'll excuse me there. And then he has to either take the blue, Morpheus, thank you. He either has to take the blue or the red pill. Either decision is gonna propel him into an adventure, an unknown world. And also with our guy, let's call him Tom, for the sake of reference. He's at home. His friend tells him, "Go to the policeman and come clean," or just stay put and be a fugitive for the rest of your life. It is up to the main character now to decide. But what follows after the call to adventure is what I call the refusal to the call. This creates suspense, first of all, because you must not give your audience, you must just create suspense. You must not always feed your audience. You must frustrate them. So now Tom refuses to hand himself over to the police, or he refuses to his friend, or I'm not gonna hide away and get away with murder or get away with crime. So because I can see there's a sense of Lion King in here. Do you know what the refusal to the call for the Lion King is? The first one. So he's refusing to step up to the responsibility of being a king. And to his defense, at that point he was still young. He can't fight against Scar, So in that way, in his refusal to the call, it's very, 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 for me it's very key that the refusal to the call must be internal. When we're dealing with story, we're dealing about internal objectives and external objectives. The internal objectives in Lion King could be that Simba must come back and defeat Scar. But what is his internal conflict? When I note down my refusal to the call, I always attach an internal conflict in there. With Simba, I could be wrong. It was taking responsibility. Wasn't it not? Was it not? I see you're shaking your head. Was it not? Conflict. Yes. So what would you nail it to? Guilt. And right there, in the beginning of your story, in your refusal to the call, you're already dealing with the theme of your film. To go to the police and come out clean. No? He's afraid of taking responsibility. This thing must be linked with how he resolves his biggest challenge in the second act of the story. In the climax of the second act in the story. I'm sure we know what a story has a beginning, middle, and end. So right there in the refusal to the call, it must deal with the theme. The theme is the message that you're trying to tell to the audience it's a message you're trying to tell to the audience. It's that thing that has driven you to sit down on a laptop on a Sunday night, and you are fighting with the story. It's your statement on the human condition. So for me, it must be highlighted in that refusal to the call. So with regards to our guy who just bumped and killed someone, he does not want to take responsibility, right? And throughout the film, you must pester him. You must just poke at him, or give him challenges that will force him to take responsibility of what he does. Until only when he has accepted, or I have to take the responsibilities of my actions, it's when he's able now to defeat his nemesis. It's only when Simba has overcame his fear of Scar he can only face him. But you see how connected they are. I thought I should highlight that because that is a very, very, very crucial moment in the story. And by the way, there are a million ways of doing this. I'm not saying my way is the only way, but it's the way that I've seen things work. All right. So he's thrusted into the new world. New world, a successful CEO who has built empire. This is, do you know The Godfather? Yeah, this is Kanawa Michamang. Oh, this is Al Pacino. Do you know him? His name, what's his character name in the film? I thought I'm dealing with film buffs here. What is pardon? Yes, Michael Corleone. Yes. So, Michael, his father has just been assassinated. He has never taken responsibility of his family's business matters. And now, after the refusal to the call, after the inciting incident, and after the introduction, he's now thrust into this new world to take over his father's business. Just like Simba, who now ran away from his family, he's now thrust into the world that he doesn't know. And that's where he meets the Timon and Pumbaa. That's where he meets Timon and Pumbaa. So after our main character Tom refuses to go to the police station and report himself, he's now living as a fugitive. This is a world that he does not know. And in that world, I gave him trials. This is the 6th point of the major turning point. Trials and tribulations refer to the series of challenges, tests, and obstacles that the hero encounters on their journey. And then, remember, I've now highlighted my theme. The challenges that I'm going to give to my main character has to do with responsibility. They have to do with him owning up. Only then, when he owns up to his responsibility, he can then transform into a superhuman being. And then Kimola Kamo Karate Kid, the Karate Kid, then over to that flying kick, you know. Yeah, I'm giving a lot of examples, but yeah, I hope you are getting me. I'm not losing you, ne? Cool. Yeah, so that is the trials, and my 7th. Where is it? My 7th midpoint, my 7th turning point or major turning point, it is the midpoint. This is usually where somebody dies in your film. Somebody gotta die. Most of the time, somebody dies. If you are watching a film, look at where a person dies who was important to the story. That person possibly dies in the middle of the film. This is the turning point. This is a point of no return. And my brother, like you've seen The Godfather, this is where Michael is announcing himself to the underground world, where I'm here. Remember, Solozo was trying to claim his throne. And then Michael, by killing Solozo, he announces, it's a point of no return for him. He announces to everyone in the underground world, in The Godfather, or I'm here to fill the shoes of my father. What is the turning point? And now that I've given this example, what do you think is the turning point in The Lion King?
I think it would be when Nala, you know Nala, the girlfriend of Simba.
Okay.
Yeah, when Simba sees her hunting in the outskirts of, because, from Kamukhatlorechingi situation he didn't think it could be that bad. She has to come hunt for food that far. That's when he finds out the situation of what's happening back at home. Kamkhoska treating everybody what his mother is going through. Yeah, all of that.
All right. Yeah, that's true. That's true. In the story of the guy who just hit a pedestrian with a car, creatively, because this story is not written, we are writing it as I present here. What could you suggest as a mid-turning point? Is a midpoint? Sorry. All right, let's be creative. Perhaps this guy that he bumped did not die. He was sent to ICU, and he passes away. Now that really, really confirms his journey, or he's running away from the cops because he really, really killed someone. And now the guilt is mounting. And now the need to own up also is starting to rise. That is the midpoint. A midpoint in a story is a crucial turning point. often located halfway through the narrative. It represents a major event or realization that shifts the trajectory of the plot and raises the stakes. The midpoint often redefines the hero's goals, escalates tension, or introduces a new understanding of the central conflict. In fact, Ebare, what is it? It introduces a new understanding of the central conflict. It's the hero now sees what is something I have to conquer myself first before I can defeat my outer, my external objective. Remember I said internal and internal and external objectives. Only then, this is when he tells himself, definitely, this is the point of no return. Something has to be done. All right? Am I losing you or not? Where are we, Leshap? All right. And then for me, the eighth thing that I employ to my concept when I'm doing a structure is what they call the innermost cave. Do you see the picture there? The Dark Knight Rises. I think it was the last best Dark Knight film that was produced. After that, they were all there. They were all meh. Who have seen this one with Bane, the one who speaks with a heavy voice? Like he totally messed up the Batman. Don't you know it? In fact, at some point he was bullying him. Nobody saw the Dark Knight Rises? Yes, my brother. Do you remember this scene? Yeah, this is when he was definitely defeated by Bane, right? Please, I think others can hear you.
Sorry, I'm sorry about that. It was, if I remember well, this scene, it was when he was in the sea, in the cave where they were prisoners.
Yeah.
So in order for him he needed to get out of the cave so that he can go and face that guy.
Bane, ne?
Yes.
Right, that's true. What is Lion King's innermost cave major turning point?
What was he doing? He was this monkey, this special monkey that I love. The monkey. Somebody help me.
Somebody help with the monkey.
Rafiki.
Rafiki,
yeah.
yes.
It was when Rafiki took him to that I don't know. It might be a sacred place.
Yes.
Where he had innermost conversation with his father.
Yeah.
I think that's when he was motivating him, where he got the courage to go back and take what rightfully belongs to him. And that's when the father told him Uguti is not responsible for. Yeah, and that's when the realization came. Uguti no. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. The innermost cave. It's where you send your main character to introspect themselves on their flaw. In The Dark Knight Rises, Bane beats up Batman to a point where he sends him into this deep hole. And we know Batman Nambile, he's stripped off of all of his powers and all of his tools. He cannot climb up. Because he relied so heavily on Batman. Now he needs to go deep and introspect himself. Who am I outside of Batman? And needs to climb up outside of that hole. So what they did in The Dark Knight is that they symbolized the innermost cave with a real cave. So in the innermost cave, let me further elaborate. It is really when your character must not get out of the innermost cave if he has not sorted out his issues that have got him there in the first place. He needs to, in terms of Tom needs to overcome his fear of owning up to responsibility. And you need to create a situation where, or an action or a scene that forces Tom to really think deep about his ability, his inability to stand up to responsibility. Am I making sense? In the Godfather, I think, does it have to do with, I think it had to do with Fredo. Remember Fredo, his brother? I think it had to do with Fredo. I might be wrong because I haven't seen that one in a while, so I can't give an example there. But I hope the example that I've given is sufficient. Is it good? Right. And then the ninth climatic action that I employ or that I attach to my concept to strengthen the structure is the climatic action. Remember, out of the innermost cave, our hero gets out with renewed confidence, with renewed wisdom, and in some instances with new tools to fight the nemesis. You know, in the case, the Batman. The Batman comes out of the cave, knowing even if I don't have the tools, just Batman, I can still fight Bane because I'm stronger than him. I think the innermost cave was created to strip him away from Batman, the tools that made him this superhero, because Bane didn't just demolish Batman, he demolished him personally as well. So in my climatic action is when I test out, did this character really learn his lesson or her lesson? And by the way, this is creativity, this is film. He or she does not need to learn that lesson because it's art. You know, you are allowed to paint outside of the borders, or you can paint inside the borders. But so long you show that, it will be a satisfactory ending or a satisfactory climax to the audience. So now, this climatic action is there to test Tom, is he going to take responsibility now or is he going to run away? Perhaps, let's say, he now knows the family of the people he bumped and he could see how much they are suffering, and he also now gets an opportunity from his friend for him to run away to Durban. But him, having seen how that family is suffering and having realized the pain of people not having closure, we create that situation for him to test them. Can he now take himself to the police and report what he did? In Lion King, do you remember such a scenario? When Simba faced Scar. Yeah, and to make it interesting, what they did in the Karate Kid is that they in the third act of the film, the main character was Ogovej, right? The one who didn't go through the innermost cave, or the one who didn't go through these trials and tribulations that we created for him, the one who was in the normal world, the one who was in the first plot point of structuring, wouldn't have done that super kick. So now, that scene shows our main character has learned from this journey, and now he's a superhuman being, and he can conquer his shortcomings. And then, obviously, the resolution, is the final stage of the story, where loose ends are tied up, he wins, or now Simba is now proclaimed as the new Lion King. The hero's journey is concluded, and the audience sees the outcomes of the climactic action. It provides closure and shows how the hero's world has been transformed by their journey. This stage often highlights the consequences of the hero's actions and their new places within the world. And that, ladies and gentlemen, it's how I apply structure to my concept, and then I know it is ready to be heard by another ear or to be read by another set of eyes. And remember, I may have presented this as rules, but this is art. go out there, let's go out there and fly, let's color outside the lines, but it is good to know the guidelines. Yeah, and I can take any questions or any discussions if you have. Nobody? Come on, anything. Yes, my brother.
Legai.
I'm okay, and when?
Good. If, let's say, we were to give you 30 seconds to explain or to break down for us what exactly major turning points means.
Sorry?
If you were given 30 seconds to break it down for us, the explanation or anyhow you can define it, what major turning point is?
Yeah, it's the most important events in your story. Major turning points are the most important events or actions in your story. I did not answer you. I think that's less than 30
Still
seconds.
complicated.
Sorry?
Still complicated.
It's still complicated. These are the methods you apply in your story to be cooked. Let's say you are a chef, right? And then you want to cook, let's say steak. What do? You first probably defrost the meat. If it was in the freezer, you wash it, you spice it if you are that kind of person. Then you perhaps boil it first before taking it into the oven for it to be crisp. So these are the methods that you go through to strengthen the structure of your story.
Yeah. Rekopana as the filmmakers most of the time.
Yeah.
And end up we are our own selves at the end of the day. Therefore, anything that we read or see out there, it does not necessarily apply to what we are doing. Yeah. I get. So I only did that just to check or understand the tune but otherwise it really helps. And hoping or guys, please because tomorrow producer the film they are rejected because of the mistakes churchill and pillar did back then ke bona nkare ilo aba part ya SABC le DSTV channel o ka ihlalosa ga botse back then ga ba batja content disturb channel tshela ba lebella tsona number 1 and bontsi ba rejectile ka mabaka le the next thing ba go rejecta bona ba shape bacha idea ya ga war ke bona idea ya ke SABC ba beile ga botse so a re senya ka situation le gore di filmmakers di submit the project they are rejected because of loja mohutola but at the end of the day apply skills ga o se berekelang ngwana because we write from our inside.
Yes, definitely.
Our own perspective. So there's a hand next to me.
Thank you, my brother. Before we go to the next hand, what is your name? Sorry?
Titanic.
Titanic?
Yes.
Where do you come from? Uchokokai?
Polokwane Lebochum.
Polokwane Lebochum.
Yeah.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing your films and also networking with you as well.
Oh, thank you.
Shaf.
Hi.
Hello.
But it could also be a comment.
Yeah.
I heard you talk about the major turning points being an international standard, mainly an American standard.
Yeah.
And myself being a fine artist, I find myself being very concerned when we as South Africans don't take time to analyze our own content and what we can, what standards we can bring about that are not necessarily dependent on international, investments. And I understand that the financial implication also comes into play, right? But I think my concern, or maybe my question, can be, how important is it to you to break these standards, you know? How important is it to you to find loopholes or to engage with other artists or yourself, step outside these standards, because they don't necessarily work for all of us, especially in South Africa. The type of content where we do, or the type of content, yes, it can fit into these, we can shape them and make them into these 10 key points, right? But they don't always hold for all the stories, right?
Yeah.
So I think my question is, and I find myself being very frustrated when I come to like film festivals as well, because they don't seem to be any unconventional films. And then even the fact that we have to call them unconventional because they don't fit a particular standard. And I think my question then is like, according to who, and why do we have to then like fit into this person's boots? You know, why can't we all, as you said, it's art, right? Why can't we all just accept art without these, you know, standards, and maybe, you know, curate them in such a way that they make sense to the people who, you know, consume them?
I feel you, my sister. I definitely feel you. I'm the one to break the rules. If anything, most of my films, I break the rules. But to be able to break the rules, you just gotta know what is the thought process of your funders is, you know? When you apply to SABC concept, they have a checkbox of which they take your idea through. They're gonna check, do you have an inciting incident, you know? Do you have a mid-turning point, you know? Do you have a resolution? Unfortunately, they're gonna do that. And you know, film is expensive. This is not our money. We just have to abide to their rules, right? Here's a secret. What we do is that you pitch a film, and only the major turning points. Let them tick the boxes. Let them tick the boxes. And then, before you go to set or before you introduce your story to your, the people that you're going to work with, introduce the ways in which you are going to be different in your way of telling that story, or in a way of expressing your art. You know, find your way in the system. Find a way to make yourself special or stand out within the system.
Sorry, I don't know if I'm taking anybody else's time, but I have a sort of follow-up from that. Then would you not say that it becomes important that we have our own systems, that we have our own institutions, and that we draw from those pools? Because, I mean, even I understand why you are using those examples, but I think it would have been, I think even more warming if you showed us how South Africans are using it and breaking it as well. You know, including yourself, your own films would have been very exciting.
Unfortunately, I get you. Unfortunately, my film is not here. But yes, I could have maybe taken a film, like maybe a Netflix film, the one that has to do with Christmas. They follow this method, and you know, and I could have easily broken down or referenced that film with this method. True. And another crippling thing about such methods, it's a swallow pill that we have to just take, because we don't have the funds to make these films. We don't sit on the boards to say X and X gets this money. We just have to abide, you know. But you just gotta find a way through the system to tell your story. Bend those rules. Break those rules as well. I don't know if I'm answering you. And another thing that I wanted to highlight is that this MTPs, as much as I'm here presenting them, they kill our voice, our original voice, as South African filmmakers, the way the world should absorb our films or our content, or the way the world should identify with us. Because now we are telling stories in an American way, you know. We are not telling it in a South African way. It's so hard to separate a South African film from an American film. I mean, if you were if you were to take it's just so hard. If you were to take American, if you were to switch things around, there wouldn't be any difference. We don't have, and that's what what filmmakers that I look up to as well are fighting for that South African film voice. It's something that will say, or when you play a film, or like, this is South Africa. Have you seen Nigerian films? Immediately in the first 3 seconds, you're like, yes, that's Nigeria, you know? Have you seen English films? In the first 3 seconds, you'll be like, yep, that comes from Europe. Have you seen Asian films? And now they are taking over. In the first 3 seconds, you'll think, now, yep, that's Asian films. But because me and you, with progressive minds, do not have the funds to make films, we have to find our way through the system. But for me personally, I'm here to say that let's find a South African voice, even through even through these ropes or the traps they've set for us. Let's be authentic. I'm always in my film. I always look for the X factor, something that is the X factor that will say, that is a Tumelo Dope production. And I believe by doing that, I'm slowly separating myself from telling stories the American way and abiding to how the naysayers or the gatekeepers want us to tell our stories. And now I'm actively progressing towards a new South African film voice. Yeah.
Even though you understand, or at the end of the day, it's about who has the money.
Yeah, it is.
So if you don't have money, that means you can't sell any project. Yeah,
it's somebody's money. We must just accept. Sorry to interject today.
Yeah.
But yes, that one, as artists, we must accept that's somebody's money, and they have a right to say, do this or do that.
So question like it, the language.
Yeah.
There's a little language so far in South Africa ke Zulu and Xhosa. Because ranchi di fans in ke bona mol.
Yeah.
And then rena paid mapedi ka mo.
Yeah.
We hoped ka for example ka scheme sa mangere.
Yeah.
And then the funders nkare gona le buzulu ka gare bo bontši bo dominate and these days.
Yeah.
And I represented the tribe ya mapedi ka mo go santse tswelle ka gona on television. And ke yone influence and rena mapedi o re phele jwang. So question ke tloba gore godimo ga di filmmakers tša mo local ya Limpopo.
Yep.
Most ke believe gore ngwala film tša Sepedi.
Yes.
Tša culture tradition ya Sepedi.
Yeah.
O reeletše o le honest. Re tšwele pele or re stop because a di o rekwa felo.
Actually, now I saw an appetite for Sepedi right now in the market. You know, hence Scheme Sam is doing as well as it is. We are youth in here. Have you seen TikTok? Go TikTok, this new wave, R&B Sepedi. It's poetic. Our language is poetic, and people are warming up to it. There's an artist called Marcus Garvey, opela fela ka Sepedi, but in a contemporary way. People like it, you know. Obviously, the way SABC is set up, it's that it must satisfy Nguni languages. It doesn't prioritize us. There's the only channel that prioritize our, it's like sort of prioritize our language, SABC2, of which now you can't tell youthful content on it. It's for adults, you know, 35. I don't know, but you know what an adult is or a senior citizen is. So SABC, by having little Sepedi in them, is because of the quotas or the mandate they've been given by government to have a certain percentage of Nguni language on their channel. It's not because we are producing content. It's not that. Matter of fact, we do not have a platform. And at that platform, me and you, or the powers that be, should create that platform where stories that are in other languages, except for Nguni languages, also have a platform. Because clearly, there's a hunger for Sepedi based on that little research I did on TikTok. You know, and if we push, we're gonna break that barrier. Yeah. Anybody? Anybody? MTPs can talk about politics of languages. Daniel, let me force you a question from you before I wrap.
Who's Daniel?
Or am I being delusional when I'm saying Sepedi starting to have starting to create, there's starting to be an appetite for Sepedi more and more? I'm not. So let's tell stories in our own languages. Let's not stop. And they used to say, Gore, we should, even for the Zulu people or the Nguni people, they used to be told by Netflix or whoever owns these big platforms, Gore, films that are in indigenous languages do not sell because Americans are lazy to read subtitles. But that fact has now been proven wrong because Narcos, which is in Portuguese, is making big numbers in North America. You know, Asian films or Asian content is making big numbers in America. So it was a myth to say Americans, which is a very big market of audiovisual, do not appreciate films that are in indigenous languages. Ushap?
Yes, I'm good.
Yeah. Anything? Nothing? Okay, I can close.
All right. Now it's not a question. It's a comment. Firstly, storytelling is hard, and according to my opinion, everybody needs a mentor. You might think that you are good, but sometimes you must take your work to somebody who was once in the industry and let that person to critique your work. Because sometimes we are living in our heads, you know. I wrote the story from scene 1 to scene 55. Then I say, you know what, this is how I want to tell the story. You know, so, but I think if we can look for mentors, you know, I'm not talking about somebody who will try to compete with you, you know, somebody who will want to develop you and grow you. I think that is the biggest thing that I can say.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, Danny. Daniel, I know him and I work with him. I thought maybe he's gonna ask a very controversial question to ignite conversation. But anyways, guys, if you are writers in this room, writing is rewriting. Let's not stop writing. A script, for it to get to a point where it is satisfactory, it needs to have gone through a lot of drafts. 5, 6, or 7 drafts. Your first draft, in fact, never show to anyone. Your second draft, possibly try to show everyone. Your first draft, it's your concept. An MTP could serve as your second draft, and then you can start now going to exterior, and then, you can start writing on final draft or Excel. But writing is rewriting. Let's write and rewrite, sharpen our stories. The market is there, and AI is progressing things. There will be other ways, or there are other ways of getting our stories out there. Let us be ready when that opportunity comes. Let us be ready with our stories. And thank you. I could say about MC Arenai Kai. I'm just gonna take the liberty to play the next film. Yeah, sorry? Oh no, I do not rap. I don't know. Sorry? Okay then. And then the technical team can play the music while he comes. Thank you very much for giving me an ear.
Okay, Thank you so much. Did they give you a round of applause? Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you so much. So I guess by now you all have the program. Oh, I'm so rude. Apologies. My name is Mulatelo Bosman. I'm just stepping in for Gab. I am a member of Limpopo Arts and Culture Council. So you have the program, right? You haven't received the program? Can we project? I saw it on the group. There's a group. Yama Pungubi that was set up yesterday. Okay, sorry. Yes, that's the one. Yes, it's not a designed one. It's an MS Word program. All right, so Dope has just opened the festival for us. We appreciate a lot, and I hope you learned a lot. Script writing is very hard. But I guess what he has shared with you will be able to shed some light as to how you approach your script writing. So right now, we have a program that consists of workshops today and tomorrow. We also have screenings. How many of you have films that are screening at this festival today and tomorrow? Don't be shy. All right, well done, well done. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. At the back there? I saw a hand. Don't be shy, guys. All right, it's fine. So we're gonna screen 5 films today. Unfortunately, we're running a little bit late, so I am going to request our operator there. The first film that we're screening is Ransom. Am I right? Ransom 2020. It is a film that is produced. Street Kid. Apologies. Street Kid, right? Okay. Street Kid is a Capricorn. Yeah, it's a Capricorn film. Is the filmmaker in the house? Excuse me? No. All right. So unfortunately, we don't have the filmmaker in the house, but we are going to screen the film anyway. Sorry? Excuse me? Or is she here? Okay, she just stepped out. Okay, cool. So if she is here, then it means we are going to screen her film, and then when we finish, we're going to have Q&A. Okay, we're going to ask questions, and then she will respond. Normally, we would have the filmmaker. If it is a fiction film, then you also have the cast in the house so that you can meet and greet also, right? If it's a documentary, we'll sometimes have the character or the characters that are driving the narrative, that are driving the story in the house so that you can also ask questions. So I'm not going to delay you. This is the first screening of Mfvf Film and Video Festival 2024. So yeah, there we go. Thank you, guys. Is the film ready? Frank? Is it ready? Okay. All right. So we are going to screen, and then afterwards, I think, how long is it? Okay. Cool. Oh, okay. So after the film, then we can have Q&A, and then we'll also have the second one is Kisan Mary. Yes, please.
Thank you, Sis Mulatelo. Because Precious Mushake, it's not here, ne? She's here. Oh, okay, so we can go ahead. Oh, I thought Barry, she's very, very far.
All right, so I am going to allow our operator to actually screen the film, and then we'll have Q&A later. Thank you.
chaba wa re ke nna du. You can run, son, but you can't hide. Njuna na ka re tla ntšhabela o fitlha kae? Ye? Wena wa ntlwaela wena.
E ka nyuko yaka.
A ke re wa tswa re ke tletseng. E ka nyuko yaka. Yeah? Where is my money, boy? What's up, man? One disappoint, Antoine. One disappoint straight. Go tsere go strate o le ntša o sena fokolo ka o dira motho or at least le wena o kgone o zolela bana ba gago wena o diang wa ntšhikela wa ntšhikela mpetha ka morago wa ditsela wa nkutswetša o se tsona o ntlwaela wena o ntlwaela gampe o bona fanta a gasana o tlo bontsha kokoa o mo a robetseng gona. Do you understand? Entle ke senya nako ya ka mose. B.
Lwena mona go tlotlolo o balabala.
Amona tsaro tlhaeng monane a ka wela back to Tanjani braga blomile 12 bloody years go tronko. So nga sa for life is of you know. A go tlotsa maga bla batho.
Emon, o nyako re emon. Khanu nyako re botsobotso.
Last time what tsoro we tsaetseng again. Re vaile re ntse re cover transit pila sna flop. O dirile o tlisitse batho bao di medara braga. That's why re veletse re tronko.
Mfethu, ne le plan ya gago. A ke rurile ke tsamaye go nya ka majita mai 2. Una le plan e re tshwenge ro idea mfethu.
Bona braga tsa var king mo spaninse ne ke nya ka majita o ba le gadegte. A o spana clean job. A ke batli batho ba tsama wa bla batho di medara braga. And last time wa tswa reng ke nna le wena re feletseng danjaning re 2. And wena wa tswa pele wa ntlogela tronko. So I can't bear to live like that again.
Mfethu, e re go tshele botse ka moya wa fase mfethu go botse. Relax. Bra blacks ke ena mbeletse mo re ke tlo gona ba join over.
Eng jo. Emona, a ona gang yi wa tswa rena ke bona eng nna ke lebeletse se dijo. Ke bona wena le brayao le le 2. A ke bone gang next. Amona, dilo ke understand de. El ntle go wena gang braga gang feel. Because na ke bone.
Bon. Ne really 6 mo gare ga rena. So someone a phonela bra blacks. A re mo gare ga rena o na le mpimbi.
Entle a ntshele. O diregileng ya tjo. O ba kubile wa shala wena braga. Wa shala wena o le right hand man ya ga with flying colors.
Yeah. O bolele batho ka mokana bona. Ba ne re le group le bona.
Ba tshemputse mfethu. Why wena sa o bolaye bra? Why wena sa o face?
O bolela nnete. Ka lebaka la hore ke botho.
O rene? Ra tshwagage. As in like wena le ena le nyantse tswelelo wa msdijo. Ah, sis man, fuck.
Hey, it's on, you what? Hey, what you know?
Ah, ke tsebe bra. Ke tsebe.
And then wa ka monka le nyamile nna ke eng le tlile poloko o tlogofetse ma o di yang kganteng tšhaele
Eish, bra ke mmotse dilo tse ka moka tsa tsone.
o mmoditše eng wena sana
Ya, ke mmoditše gore ke wena buti yaka.
and then o seno mo tšhaela o fetotše ya reng
Hai, o no ntebelela kgomola fetša vaya. Black Swan. Ke gale ke gomotse ka sephiri se. 15 years ka mokana yona senke ke botse street kids.
emon lebelela mo sana ene nko nkwešiše wa kwa o sure gore mmoditše gore ke nna brao fela bona o ntirele favor kere make sure sephiri seuwe o se beya mo pelong ya gago until o ekgwa ra kwana ke re melaite
Ya, Blacks. Ke a go bua bra yaka.
We're going to have a better today.
Bophelo ke tla reng
So, okay, we're planning today. We're tuna.
ke dutse fela le wena wa bona ke
Okay. Yeah. I'm not going to want it.
kanti wa moya ha o le fase so mama
I'm bored. I go get a tronco to so I'll try like familiar.
o ka mpotšiše ka motho so wa tseba gore family ya ka ntahlile ke na le 7 years ke bona ba ba ntahlileng
Well, you never know, Kaurimi. Once Gijo it happened, he like found his brother.
eng
Yeah.
ke mang buti ai
Black support.
Blacks ke na buti ai
Yeah.
motšhaile mo SK ntle le nna o na le motho o nkile wa mmotša ka batswadi ba gago gore o dira etseng mo bona
Yeah. It has this Gijo. So vele vele kena vele I'm putting everything and me paying that. So and so mara vele. Yeah, no William puts us to the so Majitara sympathize sometimes, you know.
mpotše mo SK go tloa bonyaneng ba rena re na le 12 years no le family ya ka lona le tšo no di bolela ko Black Celeste tšitšo no di mean
Yeah. Showcase into like getting me about those things. Why would he say?
Hello. Just G. Urentwanak. Hey, dintsang khanti. Yeah? So raro jambile ke teng so. Bona tsore ke ngai tshwe. Bona tsore di eng. Vaila go tlatlene le go jarate. O bona go rumuya gore ka mo fasa pet. O bona mosamelo la ka da go le bote. Ya ka fasa le shi. O tla thola gane da. Yeah? a ka soka la fela o se ka dia mistake o mo thube thoa out yaka wa bona re ke jive daddy o sharp dia yualo
Braga entle ke o dialang botsotse gane
ke mele wena le bra o reng a boye yi letleleng khawache ka fe le mpolai ka fe
ao mna wa tsore ke re ba khotse ba gale fethu re ba khotse ba gale
so wena ngompotse ke re mpotse jo fona go ka nka how long molo tsebo re braga o skijo ke one qovileng papa ke one nqofetseng family
ke a tseba fethu ba khotse ba gale o rantšhe da prison la no ndrela fethu
o re ke fever tša mkhuta ma tšo bolela ka tšona ke fever tša mkhuta ma
ke yena mbeletšeng ko prison
ya ntle kwa tsoro etsela nne o right o bolela vash ya tsebo gore ntle o etla etseng
wa tseba re ke motho le ke gala nkgopetse gore ko boditše fethu
o nyoko reng monna wena monna o nyoko reng o bolela so
fethu wa re sabe team e one ra bola
I gave a woman's fat. I'm on fuck. Hola. Hey, who's it there?
And then, jolo di thunya ke tja eng na?
Ya, ke di anka eng. O nana o ka re nka tshepa tsotsi nna. O tsotsi wena, ke tsore na o nana eng mo.
Emanyana bona, emanya skampolaya.
What if you compolaya wena? So ngolo nna go ntse once.
right. Interesting film there. Street Kids. Let's give it another round of applause. It's not easy making films, guys. They've asked me to do the Q&A. Or another filmmaker or filmmakers who produced the film. I know it takes a village to do a film. It's not one person, but for now we can just do a Q&A. She's not here. All right, can we do a Q&A perhaps? Let's go. So yeah, there you go, my brother. Let's. Can you introduce yourself first? Urkwenamang, Ujokai, and what role did you play in the film? I think that's really light, yeah. Nope. Ashuorat.
Look, okay, Nagizamani, ne? And the person who was producing this film is one of my students. I teach everyone how to produce, how to edit, how to make a complete film, how to make a script, and how to do a television acting. I mean, like, we can say TV acting because it's totally different from a stage acting, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I do. So that's me.
Nice meeting you, Zamani. Limpopo, which district, which town?
I'm from Seshiwe, and Capricorn district is my district, and then municipality is Polokwane for me.
Oh, nice. Were you there when the student was conceptualizing the film?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, what can you break it down? What was the film about, or what is the film about?
Okay, the film is about a young boy who actually grew up without parents, né? But he only had a little time to live with the father. As you can see in the beginning, in fact, in the beginning, the father took him out of the house by the window. And then 15 years later, he realized that the people that he grew up with on the street, that's why they call him SK. Basically, he's a street kid.
Oh,
the name of the boy.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he realized that the people that he spent most of his life with are people who are actually responsible for killing their father. You see?
Yeah.
So that's how the film resulted with how it was concluded.
Oh, nice. So it's a film of vengeance, ne?
Revenge. You can say that.
Nice. But where did you shoot it? What did you shoot it on?
Okay, the film was shot in the film was shot in a one room, and then the little bit of outdoor, it was just a 2 location.
Yeah.
You know those low budget films. In fact, no budget film.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I understand.
But if you are a producer, you can see or no. These people, they will keep on being. You can see by the lights and the color that this is the same building. You see, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was in Muleji Ramachapula, yeah.
Yeah, I for one enjoyed the cinematography, especially in the I think 4-bedroom or 2-bedroom.
It's
one bedroom.
It's a one room actually.
One room,
It's
ne?
just one room.
Yeah. I loved the cinematography, and I loved how you stuck on medium shots, not to reveal the whole room. I thought that was intentional, and it did work for the film. I also felt, because the thing about close-ups, ne, you feel confined. Ne? I sort of like felt confined the same way.
They invite you close.
Yeah.
Like to listen to what are they saying.
Yeah.
About rather than White. White is more like seeing the beauty of the places. Close up, it's all about getting attached to
Yeah.
the screen.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I did enjoy that very much. Let the sound design, guys. Look at that sound design. That I enjoyed that. God, it kept on coming. It was as if karke running gag, you know. I enjoyed that as well. Who was command? I'm not sure if what's
Precious.
working man. I designing the sound. Who did the sound design on that film?
It's a guy called Abraham.
Yeah.
And the other one is he's blind.
Mm.
It's Romeo. He's blind. He
Is
doesn't
it?
see,
Wow.
Yeah. So
Eh.
if you can give him a keyboard,
Yeah.
he'll do miracles.
So that is originally scored. That is not royalty-free music or Joko Kai Kai or Pixabay.
The thing about downloading the sound, ne?
Yeah.
If you want to put our movies like on the online platforms, you won't enjoy the royalties because
Yeah,
they
no,
will
yeah.
go straight to the owner of the sound.
And yeah, they'll flag you.
That's
YouTube
it.
will flag you.
You know how strict YouTube is.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow, that sound is originally created. I think we should also give props to, in their absence, we should give props to them for scoring that film. Any questions from the floor? Yeah. On a mic,
Hola,
is
hola.
there any other mic? Okay, it's a cable one.
Hola, hola. Okay, so can I have a few questions? Can I go to okay, the writer is not the director. Okay, so the director, are you the director?
Oh,
Also,
you were the director. Oh, all right, nice. Then we have the right person, not the producer.
Okay, so why did you make the film? If you were to answer that question, why really Mfvf? Why did you tell the story? Was it to spread a message, to spread an opinion, or just to entertain? What would you say was the motivation behind making the film?
I remember there are different reasons to make a film, a story, right? Even to write a single book. Ne? So for this one, it was entertainment, ne? Because I was drive testing what I was teaching to her. You understand me? I taught you everything. Now go and write something for me and bring it to me. Okay, it's fine. Are you ready now? Okay, I feel good about this, ne? Now let's shoot it, ne? So basically, if I can tell you, the movie that you're watching, you just watch pieces and pieces of the movie because we wanted to make it short, more especially for the film festival. Because film festival is more different than when you are in a cinema and however, or when it's playing on the TV station. This is not full. The full movie is actually 1 hour, 30 minutes. So we chopped it. But the reason why we did the purpose of the movie was entertainment. But you know, entertainment have a message, right? You can get a message from entertainment, right? My reason was to make sure that am I teaching the person to be what I want them to be. That was my reason. I was putting them on a trust to do that. You okay? It's more like when they give you a test, you ask your teacher, why do you give a student a test? They will tell you, I want to see if whatever that I was teaching, they were learning. Uh-huh.
Hello. My name is Brian Murray. I want to ask personally I want to ask you, the director. I hear that you have an institution and you are teaching these kids. So when you do these projects with these kids, do you limit the knowledge you know, or do you limit whatever you know when you're working with them? I got one student. They came there to upgrade themselves and learn. So when you have a project like the one you have now, do you suppress your knowledge when you're working with them as a director? Or do you work like when you're working with a filmmaker? Yeah, that's my question.
Okay, I don't limit the knowledge. Ne? I don't limit the knowledge.
Thank you.
I thought maybe there is a reason why you're asking
No,
that.
I
Maybe
want-
it will
I want-
motivate everyone to understand
No,
why
I
you're
want-
saying that.
The reason why I'm asking that is
Uh.
because I want to know that it was you alone directing, or was it you with your children? Because you find that you are directing with them while, because I'm not sure if what type of institution you are running. Are you running an institution where you are teaching them to direct or to write or what?
It depends what you wanna do. You wanna be a producer. You wanna be a writer. You wanna be director. If you wanna be director, I'm gonna come in as an assistant director, which means I'm going to sit like this. But wherever I see that, no, you are trying to do that, but in this project, we can't afford to do that. Now let me teach you something. If you want to do something like that, but we can't be able to do it based on what we have, ne? Do it this way, it will work. Then there they learn that it's not everywhere you need a big machine to do such a thing. You can do it as little as you have.
Thank you. You answered me.
Okay.
All right. While the mic is passing, now I would like to also applaud you on your casting, on the creative selections you've made when you casted those guys. I cannot say personally, and I'm not saying anything wrong about them, and possibly there are people with good hearts, but you casted, and I don't know if the wardrobe feeling, but the casting was accurate. They looked like gangsters, and I applaud you for that. And the mantra, when you're a director, if you get your casting right, you've done 70% of your job. The rest is just technical, So I'd like to applaud you for that while we take the next question. Switch it on.
Dumela. Okay, nakalina ke nna Thabang. So, na picture yaka, it's like directed to what you do, right? So let's say I'm sitting here and I'm like, I want to be part of the filmmaking industry. So how can I get in touch with you in terms of learning? Thank you.
Okay, luckily that I'm just like I'm on the row. I'm on the row of the city where you were sitting there. Luckily you can just talk to me during the lunch or the break. Then we can. That includes everyone who are interested to come and learn. You can talk to me. So next year when we open, you join us.
Yeah. Next question.
Okay, let me do this. This is very important.
Sure, Titanic.
Man, how's it? Congratulations. You know why I'm doing this? I'm one of the people who are struggling to shoot a 5 minutes film.
Yeah.
And it's been 5 years now.
Yeah.
So this is good. Are you happy with your project?
I'm happy with this project.
Yeah.
Ne? Based on.
Yes or no?
I'm happy with this project. I'm happy with the result of the project.
If you're happy, because it is about you before us.
Yeah.
If you are not happy, don't expect us to be happy. If you are happy, check for your film.
Yeah.
And then make sure you put more effort and you do better, because otherwise we'll sit here and criticize you the whole day. I'm telling you, we've got better equipment out there we can hire.
Yeah.
But we are lazy.
Yes.
At least you used your Mobicel, but you did something. And you are in the biggest festival in the province.
Yes.
Give him a round of applause.
Yes.
This is very important.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for that.
But am I allowed to put at least a point of correction?
Yeah,
guys,
as a Mobicel,
that was in a Mobicel. Guys, you saw the quality. Ne?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then basically this is a stretch screen, but to watch that on your computer, you will feel like you are within the film.
Yeah, I think maybe Asirhumani, the depth of your film, because the bit rate fast. Perhaps if your bit rates were higher, the pixels wouldn't
Because
be
when the
more
lights
richer.
goes off, I was concerned. I thought like it's blurry.
Mm.
You see, yeah.
But hi, man. As my brother said, you need to applaud yourself for making a film. It is not easy. A lot of people are sitting with ideas, Mara. They don't have the bravery.
Man, salute to
go out
myself.
there and shoot.
And let's talk, man. Let's work, man. Let's work, man. Let's work. You can't struggle to do 5 minutes film.
Two more last questions. Let's give others who have not said anything a chance. Yes, my brother. There, and then we'll go at the back.
Okay, thank you. My name is Matemo Baloy from Tanen,
Sure.
at a village called Mangweni. Okay, I just want to ask, as a director, right? You're a director, you're not a writer. So my question is that, are you satisfied about what you taught your students to direct?
Am I happy about this student? Remember, it's not only one student. Am I happy about this student or am I happy about my students?
About what you taught them to direct?
No, I'm not happy, man. I want them to do better than what they did. You might be happy with this, but I want them to do better than this.
Okay.
I want them to compete with me.
But are you happy about what you are directing there?
Am I?
Are you happy about what you are directing there?
I'm so happy, man. I'm very happy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about you. As they said, it's about you. One last question there at the back.
Enda.
Hola.
So nne ndi pfi maseverudzani ndi mo. So ti divza uri vha pfa Tshivenda na?
A little bit, little
Okay,
bit,
okay.
little bit.
Ndo italela film yote nda ibona ne. So okay, sorry. Okay. my
No, I
question
can
is-
hear you. I can hear a bit.
Okay, my question is, before you shoot, ne?
Yeah.
You plan.
Yeah.
Or not?
We plan, my brother.
No, I'm asking you.
We plan, I plan.
Okay, so okay, I see some other stuff there, ne?
Yes.
Yeah, not like I'm not saying you are not planning.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you the first scene.
Yeah.
Before you shoot the first scene,
Uh-huh.
you plan as a director, you check at the monitor, so like light. So maybe you communicate with your DOP. Maybe you said, "Oh, I'm happy with the light," or "I'm not." You discuss that.
Yes, we discussed that. Yes, my brother.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's like that. My question is like you plan everything. You plan.
No, I hear you. Like it will motivate me and everyone in here to say, I'm saying this because of 1, 2, 3. Because we learn every day, my brother. I can learn from your question.
Yeah. No, okay, I get you. So,
Yeah.
I don't have any question.
So, my brother, do you plan?
Okay. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Before I shoot, before I write.
Yes. Just take us through your plan process.
Okay. Ndozvenya nanga Tshivenda ne.
Yeah, I'll get it here and there, Maria.
Okay, yeah. Ndidoro mix.
Yeah.
So arizviyo uri ndikonwara scene.
Yeah.
Arizviyo ndi scene kamusi ya robbery. Nditsomu. So nela scene ndichingwarai. Before isati ushitiwa scene.
Yeah.
Ndikototoma ndava na plan na plana uri camera movement wanga ukotoya uthoma apa uchidava. Zvemba zori before ndikoya ndicheka sete require block ila scene artishuta.
Yeah.
Artishuta then ravunori light yashu ararikove light. Let's say we put light this side.
Yeah.
Ngokuto vana na chitu chine chakori motivator uri why light rikove apa nono. Ngori ndingasiri ndikuvona film ndikuvona close up una light close up light ya.
Yeah.
Ichivekele close up light yonovanga.
Yes.
Light move as we make sense. Ngori film is like it's a craft.
Yeah.
Rikobudza vatu zvitu zvine vangazvibelieve. Arali riapa hela light yarapala. It's too light. If those guys they are shooting. Vakodovona zvitu zviti usukela show ichipera.
Yeah.
Mara arali kuona movie kuvona ka close up light yo danga mrao. Ichivodza ka extreme light yonovanga pana as we make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your process, no?
The process ya film, no, ya film, what's real?
All right, let's call it your process. But yeah, you're speaking like a cinematography or a gaffer, and then perhaps we can collaborate. You know more about lights. He's a director. He knows more about performance and subtext. When you get together, good lighting and good directing, we can make another powerful film. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. One last question, and then we can wrap.
On behalf of him.
Oh, you
He
wanna be-
doesn't wanna
okay.
ask, but
Sure.
I know he's an editor, so they want to know who did post-production and what inspired them from the sound to the bullet to everything that's post-production. If you understand what I mean.
The person who did post-production is Precious, but mind you, I was there because that is a process whereby I'm teaching her how to edit.
Why did you choose that bullet? Because that bullet doesn't, it looks like animation.
Yeah, because obviously it's animation, it's animated bullet because we can never get a real one. And then the reason why you were able to recognize that it's animated is because it was too bold. Ne? But if I wanted to cheat you so that you can see that it's actually not animated, I will make it faster, you understand? And I will make it even smaller. So it's all about how you play with it.
For instance, I'm a script writer.
Uh-huh.
There's a metaphor. For instance, you can't just take something and put it into a scene. You need to explain what inspired it. What is the motive of taking that and putting it on screen?
Okay.
That's what I'm asking.
Okay. She proposed the scene, ne? Based on a certain scene from American film, ne? And then it was more like they were challenging me that is, since you are our master, can you do something like that, ne? Then I told, in fact, them that everything is possible if you're a filmmaker, ne? So in that film, there was a bullet. The man was in a truck, ne? And the bullet passed through here, and it scratched the man here, and everyone was able to see it, ne? But remember, we don't have enough resources, but we can use whatever that we have. But just to prove to them that you can sit here on the computer, I will tell you what to do, and you will do it. And guess what? That was the result. And when they compare two scenes, it looks the same, but even though ours, it was an animated bullet. But basically, I'm encouraging anyone that whatever that you see on TV, as long as it was an other editor who's a person who did that, you can also do it if you can sit down and research about it. Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, guys, and sometimes, you know, we can't explain everything that's in the scene. Quentin Tarantino, bullet, you know, and it's not like some critic came and asked them, bullet? What is the bigger picture of that bullet caving? You know, some things are just there for entertainment. I understand it, or you were trying to entertain the audience, you know. And you are ahead of a lot of people by using CGI in your film, you know. Then perhaps you can start thinking about how CGI can help you tell your subtext.
And that's what we are working on.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. Thank you. Oh yeah. All right. One last question there.
I'm the last one. Let me sit here. How's it?
No, man.
I'm
Sharp,
okay. Everyone over need that beautiful shot. The bullet.
Yeah,
yeah. You know, Sazinega when he said, "I'll be back."
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. Unalna kwe gangang o udiradi o director ne?
Yeah.
Unalna kwe gangang.
In the film industry.
Unali?
In the film industry.
Okay.
24, 25, somewhere there. Okay.
Yeah. You know, when you do films, allow these people to crush you.
Uh-huh.
When they crush you, you'll pick it up. Right? You allow them to crush you. When they crush you, become a better person.
Okay.
It's like a gold, you crush it. On my side,
yes.
I don't like to say I'm doing what you're doing. I don't acknowledge. As a brother, the electrical lighting, you need to work on it.
Okay.
The second one is a sound.
Okay.
What brings the film is a sound. That's why if you close your eyes and you hear the sound, you can tell
what's happening there.
And if you close your ears and look, you can enjoy and calculate all the scene,
Uh-huh.
and it must tell you the story, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes, that's film. Actually, film before it was no sound, right?
Yeah, it
was
was-
only
it was
motion
just
pictures.
pictures.
Then later on, bam,
You start to hear the
there is a
sound. Yeah.
Now, allow them to crush you. The more they crush you, you become a better person. Yeah, they are building you. Personal.
Yeah, don't ever take it
Yeah.
personal.
Take it or they are pushing you, but you go understand that why we that bullet. Of course, it's very interesting. That's why I vote. But
okay,
allow them to crush you. The more they crush you, you become a better person.
But
Thank
sometimes they can crush you and become credible in the industry.
All right. Thank you for an interesting Q&A. Yeah, like they said, my brother, allowed to be crushed. Take the criticism. Don't take it personal. Ne?
no,
Hopefully next year you're
We'll do
bringing
better.
You do better. You do a better film. You know.
No, don't go.
Thank you.
Don't go.
You are repeating. We'll start with you in the next Q&A. All right. We're gonna move straight to the next film. It is Kiss and Mary by Daniel Langa. I believe he comes from Waterberg District, and the film is how long? All right, 49 minutes. Enjoy.
tšhelete o bohloko jwang ka gobane ba tla go bitša ka mabitšo ba mpitša pokolo ga ke sena tšhelete ba mpitša papa ge kgwedi fedile ba mpitša ka mabitšo ba mpitša ka mabitšo a bohloko ba mpitša pokolo ga ke sena tšhelete ba mpitša papa ge kgwedi fedile ba mpitša ka mabitšo ga ke sena tšhelete ba mpitša ka mabitšo a bohloko le banyana mokasi ba mpitša ka mabitšo a monate ba tuki tšono lala bebi ba mpitša pokolo mogare a kgwedi ba tuki tšono lala bebi yane ya e ba mpitša man o tla kwa ba re tuki tšono lala bebi oh sweetie my fazoza oh ba re tuki tšono
Hey, ke ka mong. Hey bana mokgotsa ka man. E mono ngirele wa mokgotsa ka mono.
Wa thabisha go bona lo ene mistake.
Ya.
Ebile ngwane no mputse hore ke tla go khumana.
Ya. Ke ona mokgotsa ka. Skave mokgotsa.
Lo tsetsa lena tse kwae.
Ska wara mokgotsa ke kwa ifela mokgotsa ka.
Nape mona ke na no rule se yo tsuba.
Go bona kwa e mokgotsa ka. Ke lo tjaka mokgotsa ka. Ya, ke lo ejume mokgotsa ka.
You got mistake. So we le neng re bo mona.
Ke sebakanyana mokgotsa ka. Sebakananyana mokgotsa ka.
Tjetse ne ba le rutla eng ngwana ka kwa ka re epo ka kwa.
O dintši mokgotsi man. O dintši kudu mokgotsa ka man. Ba rutile to tshwara mokgotsa ka enga ela mokgotsa ka mona. Ya, o tlhompha batho mokgotsi. Mokgotsa ka lo dintši kudu mokgotsa.
O kwa la o ka re bele ke tlile ka kwa ka re ka kwa. Mara shiwe o bona la o ka re sa boetjutsu.
O bona mokgotsa ka. Sale ke wela ke sala ka kwa mokgotsa ka. Pele ke tswa mokgotsi.
Why?
Mokgotsa ka. Ona le bonokwane bo bo madiagala ka kwa mokgotsa ka. Ona le baoki ba bang mokgotsa ka ne. Ba kitimisha kgwebe nngwe mokgotsa ka mona. Ba tsere staff se sengwe a ke tsebe mokgotsi.
Ona le maaka mistake.
O tlo ba bona mokgotsa ka. Ba peritša moshomo mokgotsa ka ne. Ka ba re ba dia tšona mokgotsi. Wa bona na mathomo mokgotsa ka ke thomo o tsuba crystal mokgotsa ka ne. Ne ke sa le ka kwa
mokgotsa. Mosa re safe mo lefatsheng le la bo rena.
Asilona la first time mokgotsa.
E mona choose. Ke rape mona ke butse let's just pop and place.
Ya.
Tjetse ke naganne hore no man. Mistake ola. O tseba batho ba bombaya.
O tsebona o ntse ba botse mokgotsa ka man o ntse ba botse.
A ka no bona hore no man. O ka ona go no re o bethele dry wa kwisha.
Ya.
Go no bethela dry ke tlo go gae di pamphlet tje. Go re wena o no di phatlalaja. O no di phatlalaja.
Ya.
Come na tsikana. Ya pele nna.
Mama. Ke leka recipe ya vegetable curry. Ape chef school. E re lenka no gono master recipe. Wa ba ntlha ka stofo se se ntsho sa gas.
Ke tšo o tsetša wena.
Ka nnete. Ai re bone. Go tlo nyakega vegetable stock, bean sprout, le pea sprout. O ka kgona go rekela tsona ka boshiu o bo ya mmerekong.
Ya gona bothata mona. Mara gape santse o tlo nne mpha tšheletenyana wena. Ga kwa tsala kwa ke berekang kwa. Gape re gola dipeni wena.
Ao ke tlo go fa. Once business e thomo o ema ka maoto. Wa le mmerekonyane wa gago. E no ba o tlogele.
Fela re bone le customer check e nna motlha wena.
Bele 5 ya bona. Ya, bele 5 ya bona.
5. Tšatši le mathomo ya wena. Ke šare le papa o kwane. O ikgantšha ka wena kudu.
Ka nnete. E leng re sa bolela ka papa. O nkgopotsa something. ka tshwanela ke le lefe mo
Heban. Lebo, ona ana tsa shaba ba go le sekane.
ke re center nngwe le nngwe ye ke go e save mo businesseng ye ya kae ga o yo fella gona moo
ya gape ko juice go na le bophelo ene sentse ko gopola
Nasa o tsere nako le o jone.
ke tla re ke di amoga imo ga o ne ntong ka tla ka e dira amoga imo
bana Michael
lebza
bana kwana motho
ke nna braka
gape ke bolela ka founu ka kwa ke a gore no man voice e ka e tseba
o ne mongwe wa tseba obvious
gape ke gale mo
itsang fela juice
ke bolele
ska rasa monna gape ke kwele gore mo gae o busy o pusha spances grind mona o pusha lo tse di botsene I can see gore ya this is dope man I'm impressed ka wena ke a bona gore ya lo tse di le mo di on set
ya choose a lona wa bone ke roba ke le ka go jotlhe bana so a choose le ngwanabo le ka rato o shane
re ja ngwanesho
Bavor steak.
wa bona jo sese for no a sentšhere re di ka jone re na le chips
dine flop di chips di yana russian a dine flop re kana ra di ja le tsona as long as re gatišitše di kamale re tlo ba sha
a ne motha
ya
Jamina ba bethe ka di chips mo
mona mpotse mo ke ma motho leng gore a ka nagana gore motho wa go swana le wena ba go lewa ke ditlhong bjale ka wena a ka pusha spances grand so and one day a tla ba boss
wa monna o ra re tlhong tsa ka beto bonagala mona ko sekela
o bolela ka ditlhong too much mona wena ba boina le ditlhong boina le ditlhong serious and ko sekolong gape wena o bo se rate go tlala le naga o nkwešiša bo se rate go ema ema le banenyana ande wena o le ngwane mokhulu ko sekolong ngwane mošae mona ande wena lenyana tša marato a ke a go botsa bo se rate go šelašela ka morago
o bona juice bannyana o ka ya le bona a batla go betha ka nako
monna bannyana bona as long as o iba le bona o itloša bodutunyana le bona as long o thofa nako o kgona go bona gore bophelo ke gape go ntle leng bannyana go le bophelo ga gone bophelo bona gape wena mamago o ne le wena a le tee mo go yena so ke na le bonnete bja gore a ka thaba kudu ge wena o ka mo okeletša bana o mo direla bana lapa le lela ge la gola mona ande bona if ever go mo dira bana ke mo go nna ke tlo bolana di-tipsnyana tse di pšonyana
motho o slow re ke letlele dijo tša lena bana
monelebo ka se wa godile lebosao ko sekolong lebo lebo monebo ka se mmotse sele nebo ka se mešeletše
o bona Michael business ye ya ka e ke ngwanaka o le gore nne o tlhobela ga bana ba bangwe ba ba botse ba re ba bitswa go profit Mr Civil Engineer le ngwana bo dijo tša lena šitwa
a dijo tša gape di lebelega di le gabotse mona
wankitse
mona letse mona gape di bose tseba pantlha gape mona ntšheleng ke kole ba re mistake o bule ko rehab
mistake o buile ebile ke mmoneneng mabane mara ene o bonagale o ka re o sa boetse o tsuba
wa mona ande wa gopola gore dimane o re na le botlhale jwang ko sekolong
a o lebele sethunya mone
ba rata go tša di-certificate ngwaga ka ngwaga motlhola monna bona be ke moduma jarre motho be ke moduma ne bona no go fe
o shapo mone Michael
ga ka filter man
mtlalemetse
lebo
mona Michael o shapo
ke fela ke moya
thusane Michael
O diretseng?
ke bala ko hem
Jemetse.
gape motho o nowa o Michael
lebo wa yo mpolaya wa yo tšhelela poison
Michael
Yalo mara wamma. E go se re bjang taba e ya Lebo?
Mamma, a sa tabe ya Lebo. A sa enremisha le tlhogo. Wa tsa ngwana a ke tse gore o nyaka go mpona a ntirileng wena.
Sho ke nagana sha. Mara o ne go fela o ya mmona.
Le go itshwenya wena. Wena. Ba go lokolotse.
Ba nlokolotse. A ke re jwale a bana botlhatsi.
Bjale ba re o na le criminal record.
Ke taba tse di botse tšeo. Seo se ra gore o tla tswa ka mo o nyaka mmereko kwa ntle kwa.
Nna ke ono tswela pele ka pipe flex e leng yaka.
Ekwa wa tseba gore a ke tshepe le ga tse batho ba ka phela ba sa re ba reka papeng ya gago. Gape mang le mang o bolela ka wena montle.
Mara nna se ke je selo mane Bettina.
Seriti sa gago se senyegile. Le gona nna ke tlo ntsha tšhelete e nngwe gape ke sentse tšhelete e nngwe ntšhi kudu ke re ke go direla papeng place leo. Aowa.
Mane Bettina gona tla lefelong le le goreng batho ba ntsebe ka bula papeng flex gona.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
O itshenya ditšeo.
Jale nna mara ke tlo bona ke dealing ka re o epeya ke ntho e tse fele le goreng ka e tseba.
Motho o tlhokofaletše ka mo matsogong a gago.
Kore batho ba banane gore ke boleile Michael.
Bona di-customer ka moka di rasang ka wa di-server tšatši lela. Mara wa no kgetha go server tafola e le gore be go dutse Michael le Mfvf fela. E le te o ra re tabe wa e suspicious. Aowa.
Batho ba modimo tšemeno tše re na go tliša dijo. Nna ka bona bokaone e le goreng ke ba tlišetse dijo ka re Michael le ngwana bona ba tshwere ke tlala. Le gona e le gore ke tšhetse poison ka ra dijo tšela. O e Mfvf le ene seng ka šale botsae morago a tlhokofale.
Lebo. Nko bolele nnete wena. Gape ba le ba ga forensic kwa. A ba gomane gore ke eng se se boleleng Michael. A fa o berekisitše Michael go diša kgwebo ya gago wena. Ke nna le mmanao fela nkore botse nnete re ka se botse motho.
Lebo, ko se tile kgwedi wena mabolokile ka mo molao go tsamaya le mo ka ra go ntse dile ke bolelwe ene Lebo
Mfvf dia se nyoko sdia mara nna a se ke bolei Michael.
Jale wa e bo sa emele Jemina gore a tšhe dijo wena o no kitimanyana ka pisanyana wa ka ke tšhe go tšhela ngwana maka o robela jwa monna
Mfvf a ke robale
monna mma go romile monna
mona wa gafa maka se motho mobe
mmago le mmaka ne le ba gwera mmago le mmane wa gore mmaka o ne morolo gore o bereka shape o tlhalefo tlhalefile mola mmago a ne morolo gore o phara mmagae le tla go hlabelela molaki ya mmolai
Jemina. Uka hai Jemina. Ashu. Jemina. Ke nna. Bona mna ke a o kgopela. Be kgopela FIFA bana. Be kgopela gore mfelesetse. Re kwa bo Michael kwa. O ba convince gore no man. A se nna ke bolele Michael. Jemina. Hello.
Yalo ya we pula mkhotsaka mun. Esha mkhotsaka ka thapo mkhotsaka. Skedia so mkhotsaka mona. O bona o dile ngolo so mkhotsa.
O lete kwae mo.
Mkhotsaka bona kwae mkhotsaka kwa ya kinayo mkhotsaka. La tsara staff saka mkhotsaka.
Mkhotsaka ne utsi modimo mkhotsaka. Skawara mkhotsaka. Utsi modimo mkhotsaka.
Hapo sa bonagala matšatši a wena.
Yeah. Mama. Na le 50 rand.
Yeng?
Ne go printer CV.
Ja? Ka lona CV ya gago ke 50 rand.
A go printer CV ete. Ke ne go printer the CV tše mmalanyana gore ke kgone go submita go di company tša go fapa-fapana.
Vale botsebotse tšhelete la gago wena ya kwa pepemflexi ka yona botsebotse wena.
Eish. Ayewe. E fedile. Le gona tšatši lela. A be ke rekišitše letšatši le half.
Aowa, gape tšhelete la be ile ntšhinyana wena. Lebo.
Mama, o re lo nyaka mmereko. Ke sa ke le ka ngo se diane jwale.
Sure. O dira jang le gona botsebotse wena botsebotse? Ka gore o gare a šimo o te tshwara dimpa a kušo go diregang ka wena. O bolela ke mala go diregang botsebotse.
Ke ne go tsamaya. A be dikgoba tšela tša mošomo. Ke re go submita CV tše gona. Ta tswalela mamotla.
molato ke tla go fa tšhelete o reng wa enyaka e fela ke nyako ntshepiše ntho e tee fela gore mamtlha ke ba mmerong ke tlo khumana le ka mogekam ane ke boletše le Jerry maabane o re lo nyako o tla ka monyako bola lona ka taba e ya papenface e ya gage so ke nagana gore o nyaka thuso ya gago mothole tla ba le ka mo mmamtlhalelata
a o ne bothata mama
swara ke la se le ka 10 ranta ore 50 ranta e sa lekane o la se mo la sang ka di-CV tšeo tša gago
yo banna yo ka leboga mama Mr. Gachus. Na mara mabane re tsubileng mara.
Ora se mnate mkhotsa ka mo.
Yo kuri mala mna thophana mna bofana mna kuri ne yo. Mara usiya ka ngai mara stop sile.
Ole mkhotsa ka mo. Ora na something mkhotsa ka re bona re jwa ba mkhotsa ka mo.
Something yona ke na ora something yona ke na sorry itsinya
Ole mkhotsa ka re ba bona mkhotsa ka re bona re jwa ba
yo AR5 e ke re ka khotlelela khotle AR5 yo
Lebo, Gerard Schwan.
Hey, tell my guys that.
Lebo, ba go dumedisha wena. Ke batho. Sha. O chama dumar di tlogele. A ke go tlhalose ditse gore Jeru tlotlotlola le wena ka taba ya business ya gagwe.
No, okay, it's fine. Bona lebona. I'm going to start a business out on Aliaga. So the reason why I'm here is because I'll be selling the very same things you would rickshaw before. So
Lebo, Jeru bolela le wena man. Hema. Sha.
Is it okay, ma? Okay, then it's fine. Maybe we'll have to just wait for him, because we got a situation now is sharp, no. The notary is sharp. That's when I'm going to partner. But for now, I think Sanjar no fana gonya because of Robana. Is he drunk?
Na ke tse e le ke sekgole se ke se bona. Hema. No. Lebo!
motho wa mmerekong ka maoto ka tsela
mokgotsaka o jaaka e tšhelete mokgotsaka
mna choose makomfile mona
wa bona mokgotsaka o tla re tshwere staff mokgotsaka o ngwiše mokgotsaka ya wa se tseba staff se mokgotsaka
a ke sebe mona mathomo ke se bona ka wena
wa bona o tsuba se mokgotsaka ne a o ntšhetše mošintle mokgotsaka ya gore se o trape mokgotsaka
Yes, yung dumaka. Kaki warum dumaka sa kamam kamo namna. Kemono tuma make it nice.
Wala, hanu tota kay mun.
Mama ko ra ke chikuno mun. Eh.
Go dia ga motse ka wena le. Ona di tshila jwa le go nkgawanka. O tsuba nyope wena mara.
Mama bona mna mndumu ya rabile thapano tša rena man o reketše koloi manyoza mona motšhino wa metšhini mona Austin Martin DBX o ka se tlosa ya ka taxi ya mmerekong
e ka yona koloi yo bolelang ka yona wena
a šhile ka kwa ka ntle ka kwa koloi motšhino wa metšhini mona
wena wa lwalela mphatšhaletša ka man
mama ko dula fase o je ye nngwe le nngwe o e nyakang dula fase wena dula fase Gemina table 5 ka mo o tlo serve maoledi lebelela menu mo o šupe se o se nyakang oledi dula fase relax man a tsamaya molegile. Welcome to latest 5-star restaurant. Tulang fase ka kwane. Ya. Gemina. Wa bana tlo thushe ba compare ka kwa go table 6 wana. Taka speed man. O tle batho ba ba tlhwatlhwa. Ko re humile ba. Re humile na maka se bone se. banna. Woman. Woman, I wanna skip a sense tapni woman. Akno minyalo na kamo chimbi. Mara motho senkla tswa stithong so mara.
Judy. Happen na kipile ke apile kopa.
Bueno, let's forget this stress chara bueno.
Okay, yana lolo.
I can say no. No, 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 it's not bueno. Nda ke tlo go dira na ka mwana wena.
Moemi mitwang jalkuwa moemi. Arre samaya jalkuwa moemi. Moemi jalkuwa Ichwa moemi. Jalkuwa moemi. Apa kare ka mo ntlonye o tletse moya mobi. Ene moemi ke one dilo gore ke palo go bula pa penfluence le nyaka. The very same moemi ke bolelang ka yone ke yone boleleng papa. Moemi we.
Wa ga wena ka go bolele ke diabetes.
Moemi ichwa. O bona mama. Se ke se banya go re wena o tshogolwe. Bona batho mo ba ka ba boletile nna ba mputse ntho molongwe. Ruile mama flofa ruile se ba nshana. Ke bona ba tsanang ka moya wa papa ka moki. Ba shumisha moya wa papa o tsana ka ntlonye. Moya mebe ichwa moya mebe. Moya mebe ichwa. Moya mebe. La bulele papa. Maranal ka sangkon. Langwa mar. Na ke kgethegile ka lapeng le. Aka o tshabe nna. Na ko tshabe. Batho ba ka bana le matla. Bana le matla batho ba. O ka senyema mo tseleng ya ka wena. Arona ngwana ke bolela lena. Ana Satan. Kenna.
Sana. King,
Nyaka 40 ranta.
Yeng, wa gafa. Mabane o tshitse tšhelete ya ka mo ke tswa mmerekong ka maoto ka lebaka la gago.
Mna, ke re mphe tšheletane jwale.
Ska nkgadimo tšalebo ke mmago.
Pesa we ka ngwana.
Ska mphušana.
Wena, ke re phese kae?
Ujanna.
Wena ke re mphe phese ya wena. O re a se ke o bolaya, tlhoe ka e rimpa ka e latlhela kwa wena. Tšhelete o ile kae wena? O ile kae? na le matlhatsa ke khumai
Mkhoza ka mona Sama mhlamuna re bona le tshila mkhoza Nka be re se fe stuff se ra fa mabana mkhoza ka Ayela mkhoza ka mona Re ronya ga trole mkhoza ka Re topa tope di donyana mkhoza Ro kadisha mkhoza
o bona mistake I choose yo ya di trole tlhaka tropa na ke tse mon ba wa yo ya ona ke tse mon a go wa bona mona no mona choose re bona ra mon re bona flop mon o no nya ka staff no so mon ke re no so
Mkhoza ka mona a rena choice mkhoza ka Ora khana wena mkhoza ka ona le plan mkhoza ka
Ja. Goed, waar het je nu TV kijken. Zo niet meer. TV kijken. Hello. Hello, Langwa. Ke nna Judith so wena mo phela phaka mo. Mala wa makele phone e tshikele bo tshaka motho mwana wa ka o se die tsona wa ntshile ka thipa. Le mma mtlhashi o tsele TV ya ka. Le phela kona. Au. Le mala wa makele le phone e tlampo tsona tjo wela re ya tla eskhalenyana mo. Ai, le na le useless man ha. Sama phutsa lona no ba useless. Matsa ngwana ke tlamara khitama. Hai. Ke mapodisa. Tsana. Okay, Captain Modise, it's a Miley detective Balega.
Ma. Okay, Morale.
O sa tswi. Ngela tso di mmerkwan, ngela mogmana sel ka moreka. Ai. Maleka rata go lo botsa gore go diregetseng. Sa mathom, o tsitse tšheletaka. Sa bobedi, ke ga ntshutse ga mphako mo mokaka. Go ntse tso tsele TV ya ka ke nne radio.
Ma, mpotseng. E ka ba Morale nna ke motho le reng a ka ba phela kae? And ge le dinako ke motho re ka ga yo o wa bona koma.
Hai, gore o ko kae gona nka bolela maka. E fela se ke se tsebang, e tla ba buile ka mogae ka bo ma-4, ka bo ma-5, 5.
Ka ma-5. Ka ke check-a supanako saka se re go nywale ke 3:30. Ke belela gore mo a leng gona a ka ba le motseleng ya go tla mo gae. Captain, be ke na le kakanya gore ke tloge ke mo lentle mola ke tlosa sefatanaga sa maphodisa gore ga a tswelela kwale a se ke a lemoga gore re gona ka mogae ka.
O awa yeo ke kakanyo e botse e ya o dire ka pela ka re ke a tshepa gore ka yona nako a ka ba gata mehlala boa ka lapeng.
Ke re ntle lo sene nako ke be tshalo mola ntle mola.
Male ka rata go ntlhalosetsa gore le re morwa lena e ka ba le gonona gore o tsubanyaope. Go jalo a go mongwe wa bonne ba jaaka ka mo o ba ntlhalosetsa gore matsetana ngwana o phela le lenyaope le la ba reng ke mistake jalo pele ka rata go mmolela construction order. Yo a ke sa monyaka ka mogaka ka mowe ke ya go mmanakile wena ngampane ke no nna ke le tere jalo ka re ke tlhoba boroko ngwane wa o sa ke mmereko ngwana.
Awa, ke se tlošitse sefatanaga se. Yena o tla lela ke di-cheap man. A re moletile. Lebo, you are under arrest for theft and assault. You have the right to remain silent. Everything that you say or do will be used at the court of law. You have a right for an attorney. If you can afford one.
Number 2, control ye ya ora khatsiwa bona ona le afkhatsi mo pele
ke sha bona tsarke wona dula le yena ka mfana ne ke sa o kira shap shap wona dula yena ka mfana o tlo kirela hela shap shap Gogo
Ashe
Tona maleke
rona pa
ke nna le semujela ke tswa kwa lephakong tla ntshwarela mmanga se bena ka o dula fase ke kirele ngwana nna wele wa lwana fela pleke ya matse tsebe ga botsebotse so ne ke le ka nthuša re ka mokerela ko le remisha kwa lesepele
ga botse papa
mmawe ngwana nna wa lwala mma
Hey. Rona msadi ranen.
Lebo. Asiyena abuleleni Michael.
Abulela kang?
The results di tswile di re bolele ke allergy.
Eng?
Allergy.
Hai, Faith mala bona re direla ngwana ka mara.
Kwezindawo
right, another round of applause for Daniel Langa's film. Gana King, what is it? Kiss and Mary. Yeah, can we have a Q&A there so that they can build you into a gold? Huh? Another round of applause for Kiss and Mary. How long was the film, Daniel? 45 minutes, ne?
49.
Looks like, somewhere around there. So, congratulations first on making a film. I know, film is not easy. It's not easy at all. Kiss and Mary, how does the title Kiss and Mary link with what we just saw?
All right. Initially, I've titled it The Final Destination. But I think I was watching a documentary on YouTube. And Nyaupe edict said, once you kiss Nyaupe, you marry it.
Oh.
And then I said, all right, I'm going to call this film Kiss and Mary. Yeah, so that's where this name comes from.
I see. The film has a heavy theme of addiction. What were you trying to say there as a filmmaker? What were you trying to say about the human condition and addiction or nyaupe? You know, what inspired you to make the film?
Okay, I think my childhood friend died because of nyaupe, and he didn't get a lot of support from home, from the community. Even now, you know, if we can meet a nyaupe person, and your cell phone is here, you're gonna take your cell phone and put it in your pocket, you know. So nyaupe people, like, once you smoke nyaupe, like we don't see you the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also I wanted to teach people that the things that nyaupe people go through, you know, because we see them begging you for 2 rand or 5 rand, but we don't know what is it that they are going through. And a shout out to, I made a research for this film. A certain doctor helped me. I asked her what are some of the things that she comes across with. And she told me about hallucination, you know, hearing things in your in your ears.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Before I pass Kia to the floor, I just wanna congratulate you on the good use of music. I think the ending scene and that song was very emotive. Was powerful how you used that song in the end. Is it your original composition or it belongs to somebody?
No.
I mean, even the beginning of the film, you had an interesting score there as well.
Yeah, I think in the beginning of the film, that song belongs to Calvin Lidwaba. Maybe some might know him, Calvin Lidwaba. And in the end, it's not my it's not my music, copyright free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would like to applaud you on that one.
Thank you.
I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna take it to the floor to take questions. Yes, let's start with the brother in the hoodie. Is there a mic, please, that is going around, doing the rounds? Kiola there, in a hoodie.
Hola.
Sure.
So I guess I can conclude, Kaweni, why did you make the film? You're going to say what you're trying to spread awareness on Nyaupen, right? Okay, so we're passing that. So I have 3 questions. The first question is about the...
Yeah, please
speak
speak
the
louder
first
then.
question I have 3 questions. So first question about the forensics side. The first time that guy died go fish and chips, the mother of this main character, which are the forensics, said they found nothing that links him to the death. I get. And then, so fast forward to like 2 months or 3 months. What was the time skip? A month. She finds out, or actually, it was an allergic reaction. So there's another scene before that where the woman says the police are useless and blah blah blah. So an allergic reaction seems like something say easily, you know, okay, we couldn't find anything that links you to the death. So would you say that's also part of you are trying to tell us what the law is failing us, forensics, they're all failing us. That's what you were trying to say. Because this seems like a clumsy mistake. So this thing was an allergic reaction.
Yeah, I think fortunately for that question, I asked that doctor, and I asked her, Ori, how long can it take you to find that this person has been killed by an allergic? She said it can take even a year.
A year?
Yes,
So
because it depends, because allergies differs, and people's bodies react differently.
Okay, so them initially telling the mother, or we didn't find anything, they were just being lazy.
No, they couldn't find anything. It was true.
It was true.
Yeah. The result came back inconclusive because, like I said, it takes time for the results to come back. Yeah, you can ask a doctor if you don't believe me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's clarified. Another question is on casting.
Can I stop you on the second question and then let's move on to other people? Not 3 but 2. For the interest of time. No, ask the question. It's your second one.
So this is the last one.
Oh,
okay,
yeah, go.
Let me
Yeah.
Okay, let me just ask this one question. So about casting, people raise earlier that guy. So when you pick your cast, what determines or choose among? Is it what they look like, or if they can play the character, or both, or did you just choose who was available? How do you pick your casting, and it's for both?
All right, then you can go first.
All right, casting is very difficult, guys. It's very, very difficult. Because I've realized this. I can cast you and my sister there. Maybe let's say it's a comedy, and you do very well. And then in my mind, I think that each and every film that I release, you're going to nail your characters. So I release another film, I cast you, and you don't do good. You know, I think it's a gamble not to do audition. It's a gamble, right? Because it doesn't mean that if you release an action film and this person is doing good, it means that this person is going to do good also in thriller or horror. You see? So I think for me, I took a gamble. Yes. That is pure performance. And that makeup, I just took, what do we call it? An ash. Okay, I think for Nyobe, I wanted a slim person, especially the guy who was playing Mistake. And Lewu is something that he has been acting into my films for a very long time. So I just, like I said, I took a gamble and put him there. Yeah. It depends. Let me tell you something. It depends on how he plays the character.
Come on, man. Come on.
Yes, I was gonna cast him. Yeah.
Come on.
Yes.
I think he has given you enough answers, my brother. Respectfully so. can we move to the next question then?
Matsel o le mo fella pelo le re bia under pressure because nkare ke tlo tjana go feta.
All right, I know we are building him, but yeah, we don't have all the time in the world.
Brother man, how's it?
I'm good, say.
Ke courage man. Go dia film ya 49 minutes. O boy fetch, o boy screen. A ke tsore team ya go ke ka kanne. But the whole shot ka ona ora ro ba khona. So for that re o lebogisha. And then ke na le mola number 1 di o ka gopola elia ona ke tsore fitlhe na go manne. Be re bolella taba ya gore re ka tswela pele ka go dia di film tša rena tša Sepedi ka language ya rena go e rekiša or ra stika go English because market bo bontšhang ka re o reka sekgowa fela ba re tswelang pele but e ke theletše di-film tše dintši tša rena batho ba Mapedi re tsentšha sekgowa too much le mo go sa hlokegeng re mix up di-sentence ka English le Sepedi ene English go sa dula gabotse kudu re lebeletše character le story le storyline mo setlang gona ke bone di-era tše dintšhinyana mowe ke lebelela gape le taba ya reality a ke re drama ba re ke demonstration of life, therefore how we demonstrate that life telling story a e sa lebeletše gore ke perspective ya mang santse re notliša ntho a nnete bathong unless re lebeletše gore maybe ka gore ke filime nako but it's either wa ithoma wa ifetša or o no se ithome at all. A ke tsore ke o amogela gore re kgwathe di-example.
Yeah, no problem, sir.
Jerry a tsena gabotse ka ntlong a ke tsore na tsena ka makuleng or na tsena jwa nako a ya go butša ka taba ya di-recipe gore o ja ko bula kgwebo. That approach itself a e bontše ka mokgwa rena re phelang ka gona a ke tsore ke bja gabotse na. And then number 2 go na le mo Leboga mo smoker gona a ponotse ba ga te simtema tomola matlho a phetola a ga fitla go setšano tlhotlhonelwa dimpa di botlhoko same night and a re kgone bona gore a ka ba fitlhe phela a re tsebilelo go swana kere and we believe gore go ngwana film o dirile research therefore research go a e bontšhe ga nnyanyana just 60% gore a tla šala tlhotlhonelwa dimpa go tlile jwang cause a re kwešiše gore ke tlala or already motho o setšala addicted na and nna re tlo itšea ra ngwala difilme ka what we saw from you and then ya bo re godiša ntho e le gore a e spread information e gabotse a kere and then le go gongwe a ke tsere continuation ya lena ge le shooter there was a part mo a re la tsuba cigarette ya no tima no tšwela pele a itsuba ntša reacta lo tša mohuto normally ba fela ba re ge le a team ya film making a kere le dira filimi ke a ikwešiša pressure ge le editor tše ka moka but have enough time ya go lebelela di-era tša lena ka go thušana le batho maybe ba go fapafapa ba le berekišana le bone le sa tšo le kgotsofalela standard sa lena. Also le taba ya on a talent bo gona le mo e le gore ba fela ba stepa outside the character nako ela le ka ko ntlong a gafa a botša mma gore mo reketše Austin Martin go na le mo le gore na fela e tšwa kare ga character and motho a nyaope nka le for example the way reaction tša ge nako a ba dutše fa sa bolelele mamage kemello e la ge ya go emelela straight a ba mover a e tšweletše motho a nyaope ka mokgwa re mo tsebang ka gone and also le go boleleng ga bona ba na le energy too much man nka for example ge ba le ka kua ntlwaneng ba tsuba ya froga tsoga skipper stapile mpete o omile o sa no tšwela pedi ka re ya ene o soupa so a re sa tsore ke voice ya go bema or ke voice ya bogaswina lo tša mohutono and then ge le bolela story sa lena di kgona go no tšwelela gabotse batho ba e le gore a bana understanding e kalo ka film le go exaggerata go bile gona mola le mola at least le re ke manteka ya huileng
Lebo.
So far, the local films in Gare, I want to because party yar better too much. Cause no re tomula mat bamuhumi jalo hulo wale chula child. But that expression I kinano ritual gabotse. And then movies ubilele nagwa atlo a tsamaka mraga levo mola stogwane mola the movement tja ga le levo ga ba witcher o nyaka motho ma bontshe too much go exaggerate more like theater wa bona a ke tsorile ba batho ba theater na cause gantši na le go tswella ka bona but so far
a whole page
so far re leboga effort ya lena because for local re lebeletse less than 30 minutes gantši. And then it's fitla to a level of 45, 49 minutes. And then how you tell your story, so like the angle, honoraloka camera movement. And then in a low bunch of creativity, bunchika logor, mutua buncher ki halal industry, not oraloka but roll. Hoping or next year, we're not hoping to see something better than this, but we're hoping or roka voa when a self wholly better than something. I mean, overall better than today. Therefore, because at the end of the day, it's about you. I get the budget.
No.
But now it's like him.
All right. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Danny, please respond to what you can.
Okay. This film, I shot it in 2022. It was after I attended the program of Boulevard Tower. This is actually my first long film. It's my first, and I shot it with I think it was Samsung A21. Yeah, Samsung A21. And yeah, those things that you've said, I'll note them. Because it's a film that I've shot long time ago, so some of the clips I don't have them, you know. Yeah, but what you're saying makes sense. We are here so that we can learn. Thank you.
All right. Next question, please, and please be brief so we can give other people a chance as well.
Thank you. My name is Jack Rams. Well, my disappointment is that the film is from 2002 or 2022.
Yes.
Yeah, 2022. I would have hoped that maybe you would have shown us something current to show that from 2022 until 2024 there's been some improvements. But unfortunately, we're going to have to critique you on the basis of what you have showcased here today. But obviously, some of the pointers might help you when you are creating more films. I don't know. Let me start by saying, what is it that you can critique from your own production? What are some of the things that you can highlight that need improvement?
No, don't answer. Can you please do the second question?
Yeah.
So that when he answers, we move to the next person. Thanks.
Okay. The second question is character development. Do you perhaps do character development in terms of dress rehearsals before you go for shooting, so that you are satisfied with what is going to be on screen? And number 3, the pacing. You know, it was a long film, like we have movies now which are equal your timing. The pacing, did you consider the pacing that you can be able to slot a lot of things that were described there, those little details, because 49 minutes, it's too long. Did you consider that as well? And the fourth question, which is the last question, is the transitioning, you know, of from one scene to another scene. I think it could have been improved and it could have been interlinked so that it makes sense as to what it's going to happen next, which are some of the things that were highlighted, which I'm not going to highlight here. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Then it's 4 questions. I hope you remember.
What was the first question?
We're going to start again.
Yeah.
No, respond to what you can remember.
Yeah, okay, it's fine.
Okay, casting. Yeah, we do rehearse. So what I do is that I give my cast a script, and I give them, I think, about 2 weeks. But sometimes, when a cast drops me in the middle of nowhere, I look for a cast, maybe send him or her the script today, then tomorrow they're going to act. Let me tell you something about casting. Maybe if there are actors in here, they will take something. I've realized that a lot of people like to be in front of the camera, but they don't love acting. And the reason I'm saying this is because there's something that we call script analysis. So you'll tell that this person does not hit the beats of the script. They just cram the words, you know. So that is the biggest problem, that if you're working on budget free, give your project a lot of time so that cast can react, you know. But also, it depends on you also, the director, on whether do you know the basics of acting. Because you can't teach them something that you don't know. So I think that is the biggest advantage that we have, you know. I think if our actors can really, really love acting, that thing will really help us. Not just somebody who says, I'm interested, you know, and then you give them a script, and then they jam in the middle of the scene, and then you take it, time now is running out. So yeah, those are some of the challenges that we often face.
All right. The other question was on pace. Perhaps there's an indication or the film was unnecessarily long. Can you just touch on that as well?
All right. So after I made research, so I asked myself, what are the certain things that I can add? Okay, the hallucination part, I can add the part where he's scratching himself. I can add the part where he threatens his mother. So for me, I was looking at it in terms of events. What are some of the events? And mind you, let me tell you something. Drugs differs, right? You said people of Nyaupe don't speak slow, but some do, because drugs differs, you know. Based on the certain drug that you smoke, you will sleep the entire day. A certain drug that you smoke, you will have a lot of energy, you know. So drug differs, you know. Just because I have a cousin who smokes Nyaupe and then he or she behaves this way, doesn't mean all the Nyaupe addicts behave that way. Thank you.
But I don't think, did you ask, does that answer pace?
The pace?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You know, at that time, I didn't know anything about the pace. That time, I didn't know anything. That is the truth. I didn't know anything about the pace. I just edited the film, put one scene after another, and prioritized the scenes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for the honesty, Daniel.
Yes.
Hopefully next. Mm. All right. Thank you for that addition. Two more questions so that we can break for lunch.
Hola, my brother. It's it.
Oh, all right. Thank you, sir.
As a question, but then I'm just going to kiss it.
All right.
So, by kissing, I mean I'm going to keep it short and simple.
Eh?
By kissing, I'm going to keep it short and simple. Like
All right.
So I heard you said that we should like a phone.
Yeah.
So this thing goes to all the DOPs.
Yeah.
or the camera operators. Hoba re check in the white balance jali na because it's very irritating. Obana muta ale orange or blue, it's orange or blue. So I get the borgua if you check out your first scene and second scene at the one. Your first scene ke orange, then your second scene it's proper. So I get the by editing over
You're right, sir. You're right.
So please work on that.
Oh, let me quickly comment on that. So, the first scene we had the sun. That scene we didn't have the sun. So yeah, that was the difficulty. That the look of the film is gonna be. But thank you very much.
All right, noted. And I guess it's kind of hard to fix white balance on a phone, but you had the opportunity to fix it in post.
Yes.
But yeah, lesson learned there. Anyways, one last question.
Hello. My last question is about the crew. I want to know how many people were working on the project on set.
2.
Only 2 people. So
It was.
I want to understand how did you divide the different departments.
So I'm a director. I'm a producer. I handle wardrobe, makeup, sound. My cinematographer, Chavedi Chaksumloto, was my cinematographer that side. You know, yeah, but right now I'm shooting films alone. You know, yeah, I'm everything. Yeah. Thank you.
Advise us to do that. To work on, for instance, do you advise us to work on projects on an individual basis, or do you promote working as a team?
No. I think what I'm trying to say is that have crew. But when somebody gets out, don't stop your project because a DP is not there, lighting, whatever is not there, right? I do tell people that tomorrow I'm going to shoot. Do you care to be my sound operator? They say, okay. And then in the morning they say, I have to go to town and do some things. So I can't cancel the production, you know? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
These are the problems you face as an independent filmmaker who's doing a film on his phone with no budget. You're forced to now be you're forced to now play all sorts of roles on set. Of which kudos to you for pulling it off, but it does now divide your attention as a director, you know, because now you are thinking of who's coming, who's not coming. This house, we have it from this time until this time, and you're not looking at performance, or you're not looking at color temperature, you know. So
Yes.
it is advisable. It's just that the funds are not there yet for you during that film, but it is advisable to have a crew. But don't stop, like you said. Don't stop if you don't have one, and tell the story no matter what.
Thank you.
Yeah. One last, and then we can close for lunch.
Okay, the only question I have for you right now is, what did you use to record your sound? Because I couldn't find a lot of faults in it. So I applaud you for that. You did well.
Of which sound is a very tricky thing, you know?
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
and it's 50% of your film.
Thank you. You guys are from Uluwata. We know this. There's this small mic. There's this small mic that you attach on top of the phone. So I took the mic, that small mic, attached it on top of the phone. It was not a bomb, right? It was that small mic, and I told them that whatever that you say, please be loud, right? Please be loud. So I think finally what I can say is that, guys, shoot, whether you have a Mobicel or whatever, because the main thing is to familiarize yourself with this industry, you know. Right now when I'm shooting, I can shoot 6 scenes in a day, and I'm not gonna miss even one shot. Because in my mind I know, I need to take a wide shot, close up, blah, 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 blah. So don't let anything stand in your way. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Denny.
Thank you.
Yeah, and keep on pushing, and hopefully you get enough funds to hire a crew, and we cannot wait to see what you're going to do with that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. We are breaking for lunch, and I'm taking a gamble by saying this, but can we come back at 3 o'clock so that we can begin with the second part of the day? Thanks. But there's food outside, ne? All right.